So I'm at the bottom, boys.
Oh, good evening. Good evening. Tony's in his Datsun waffling away. This is the Arsenal versus Chelsea preview. We have got some super fans to have a debate with. Yes, this is a proper super fan debate. And Eunice, smashing it with your channel, man. I looked a minute ago while I was watching one of your videos. You're on 84,000 subs, man, just like that. Like, that's crazy, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, cheers, man. I mean, yeah, just like that in terms of this channel, but it's been a process of about, what, 10 years on the platform. So it's been a long while, but yeah, it's going well, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Now, welcome back, man. Everyone loved you on there last time as well. So it's been long overdue. Obviously, I've been in hiding, mate, because my team's a disgrace, but we'll get to that. And Tony, home and away for what, 40 years now? Mad.
Yeah, home and away with you each day.
If people still remember that show.
Well, I do.
I think it's still on.
And
I think it's still on.
Well, funny enough, it's like Blues Brothers, isn't it? The band's back together. Me and Eunice were the original 100% Chelsea, if you remember the first 6 months. And, you know, I haven't done nothing on my channel for about 3-4 months, but I've got a studio now, and I will be kicking off from Monday. So there you go.
Days. Yeah, sorted. Hit me up, man. I'll help you out as much as I can, if I can. So
thank you. I need help.
And me and Tom, we did text each other this time, and we decided to go for the same shirts. Come on.
They come prepped.
How you doing, lads? You all right?
All good. You?
Good stuff, man. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm not going to lie, mate. I'm not going to lie. It's a big game coming up, isn't it?
Well, will you say that? Like, I don't know what Tony's doing. He's having a disaster class so far, isn't he? Look at him. Yeah, he's having an absolute mare.
In and out, isn't it?
But this is what happens when you're streaming live. But I can't lie. Like, this is one of the biggest fixtures in the English football calendar, like Arsenal Chelsea. And I remember when Wenger was here at the very start, and you just couldn't beat us for years, man. Even when you were 2-0 up, and then Carnu turned up and put you to bed. I think Winterburn scored a screamer against you. I think Silvinho's done you with a winner. Like, we've just had it over you, and then you broke that curse. And then since then, for God knows how many years, it was the other way around. But recently, we've turned it around again. And I know we lost to you in the pre-season friendly for charity, but other than that, the last couple of games at home that we've played against you, we've actually done all right. We got a draw against you at the Bridge. I think we beat you at the Bridge last season as well. Yeah, Martinelli the season before obviously got the draw. But let me start with you, Eunice. How are you feeling going into this? Obviously, you've bagged Lukaku now. Net spend of about 50p, yeah, because of your great recruitment and scouting networks everywhere. But you've got a top striker now. Firstly, how are you feeling in terms of Chelsea overall? Obviously going into this season, and how are you feeling going into this game?
Yeah, man. I know Tone's going to share the same sentiment. We are loving life right now, man. We are so loving life. It's confident. The spirits are high. Champions of Europe again, you know, for the second time. Just won the Super Cup. Started off the season brilliantly. Tuchel knows what he's doing. We've signed Lukaku. I mean, it can't get better. Now, obviously, what could get better is if we do beat Arsenal. But as you've said, recently, it's funny. I said it on my preview today. There's a lot of Chelsea fans with PTSD. There's a lot of Chelsea fans that are confident and happy with the way that it's all going. But when we play Arsenal, there's a problem. And they reckon that because of the last couple of years, that tomorrow might go the same way. But look, you guys right now are down. And, you know, they say don't kick someone while they're down, but I think Chelsea got to do it tomorrow. And right now, we are the most confident we could possibly be. So it's good for us right now. But you never know. That's the thing. You never know with Arsenal.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I watched the highlights of your game the other day, and you didn't even have your first team out in the opening Premier League game, and it was just a walk in the park. Like, it was just insane. And Chalobah, I was buzzing for him, because I see... Yeah. I think it was a picture he posted out of him being a ball boy when Messi was walking over to take a corner.
He was, yeah. Him and Mason Mount, the both, yeah.
It's mad. And then he's obviously scored his first goal. It was crazy. And it's like, I like a story like that. And you're talking to Mason Mount. I like Mason Mount as well. I think he's massively underrated by opposition fans. I know Chelsea fans love him, but opposition fans just don't give him credit for some reason. I don't even know why. Listen, he walks into.
I don't think they understand him. I think that's the thing. I don't think they get him. You know, with Chelsea and the fact that we know how we play and we know what Tuchel's trying to do and all that, we get him. Or we knew what he was doing under Lampard. But I think other people just, how many goals and assists has he got? And that's it. You know, whereas if you really understand what he brings to a team and what his role actually is, he's a manager's dream. He's a manager's dream. And he'll only blossom from here on out.
100%, and he can play multiple positions as well, which is also good. And he's good in all of them. So he's good. Is he fit for the game? I take it he's fit for the game.
He's fit. He's ready.
Yeah, he's a big player.
Everyone's fit.
Even when
everyone's fit, bar Pulisic.
Yeah.
Even
Pulisic,
Kante's okay. Well, it was a last minute one with it, but he always felt that was going to be fine, didn't he?
Yeah.
We're rocking and rolling. As I say, the only missing bit is Christian Pulisic, which don't really, to be fair, make us any weaker because we've got such an incredible bench, you know.
Yeah.
Players that can just come in and we can go like for like, quality for quality, you know.
Your reserve team, your bench team, it's probably better than our first team, which is kind of mad.
Well,
insane. Because let me just say this very quickly, Time, right? We are the highest spenders in the league this summer.
Yeah.
We have outspent absolutely everybody, right? And we've probably got worse in terms of squad depth and stuff like that, and first team players, right? But we have actually got the highest net spend in Europe in the last 4 years. Nobody talks about that, and they want to. I'm going to come to protest and all that a little bit later. But
I was going to say, kind of makes it look stupid.
Yeah, go on, Sam.
What? Sorry, about the game or the protest?
Yeah. No, forget the protest. We'll talk about that later. About the game, how, like I said, we've done you quite a few times in recent years, but. Yeah, this is a different Arsenal going into this season, and it's a totally different Chelsea. You've had the pre-season with your new manager who's already won the Champions League. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So he's obviously had time to actually embed his tactics. Whereas before, I think he had one training session before Wolves, and you could already see what he was trying to do in that Wolves game. It was ridiculous how many passes you were making. But
do you know that game against Wolves where he done all the work on the plane coming over? They reckon that was the most possession any teams ever. It was the most possession any teams ever had on that day, wasn't it, Eunice? And that was his first game, and it was all about really containing and
in one half
keeping
of
the ball.
As well.
Most passes, that's it. Yeah. Incredible coach. Listen, as Chelsea supporters right now, I mean, we've had it good for the last 26 years, and people always say, you know, over the last 5 years, even your manager said that. Did you see that in the press conference recently? I'm thinking recently, try quarter of a century, mate. 26 years, 26 trophies. So let's get that one straight. It ain't like in the last 5 years, in the last 10. No, try the last 26 years. So we're loving life right now. I'm not going to lie to you. And but we've been here before with Arsenal, and you're absolutely right. Prior to the Roman times, you were always nicking games and bossing things. You know, as you mentioned, the Carnu, the Winterburns, all those sort of moments. Just Reyes and I think what actually broke the mold was the Champions League, your invincible side that lost in that quarterfinal, which is probably that year was the one where you should have won the final, and you were denied that by Whaley Bridge. Everything Didier absolutely destroyed you. He hunted you. And then we got to a point where we started to play a bit like you, tippy-tappy, them small players up front, and you've been bossing things recently, even though before those games, your supporters are expecting the worst. So you're always in trouble when we play you, and you're always expecting nothing to happen. But we have a Dutch year that was under Frank Lampard. We'll talk about the Stamford Bridge one in a minute, but the one that was scandalous the way we played that game, because that was we almost played that as if we won that prior, because you were in deep trouble, and we were about to rub you in the dirt then, because you were in deep trouble at the time, and then all of a sudden you go and ping us, and we've been there, haven't we, Eunice? Those cup finals. I mean, how have you done it? You seem to get. I'm not saying you get all the luck, but you get on the rub of the green.
You got off into hiding in 2017 time. Yeah, you were giving it the big one before kickoff.
Honestly,
and
mate,
we're to be seen outside Wembley afterwards, mate.
2 cup finals. Well, it's funny, We need to land an FA Cup, don't we? And it's pretty sharpish because the amount of finals we've lost 3 to you, in our history.
It's a joke.
You talk about your FA Cup. Yeah, you know, we've
That's
got
about the only
8 FA
cup we
Cups, so
argued in.
you've got 14, I think. Well, yeah, but this is the point, right? Yeah, even the Community Shield games. Do you remember when we do all the pressing and then you nick one right at the end, you go to penalties, and then, you know, in the Datsun. I don't think so.
You're in the Datsun, mate. The Datsun.
Yeah, so
I've loaned it to you.
it's all about the Datsun 5, isn't it? Yeah, the Datsun 5. But no, so we've been there. We know what it's like. That's why it's hard, isn't it, Eunice, to start getting too carried away, because we're going there, right, thinking, listen, on paper we should absolutely smash you, yeah. But I've got to tell you, you know, what you think about will come about, and I'm a great believer in the mental attitude and the mind and everything. And because we've always managed to smash you up with a big man up top, if Lukaku plays, I think we'll win, Eunice. Yeah, I just think we'll bully you, and if we go back to doing what we do best, we'll smash you. We'll smash you, Lee, and we'll add to your woes, and it'll be you know, it'd be well, we'll watch the party, you know, watch the videos later. But if we go there and just don't turn up and just, you know, do what we've done in recent times and try and, you know, not use our physical strength and play to our maximum, then anything can happen. It's a London derby, and you're at home, and you know. So yeah. It's one of those, mate. It's hard, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like, we're in turmoil. We haven't even sold out the stadium, as you know. Me and you were talking for the week. Tickets are available.
Yeah, that's
everywhere.
unbelievable.
They're still available now.
They're not, I don't think.
But guess what? They're going like £100 a pop at the moment. That's why they're not selling.
It's
I mean,
ridiculous.
Who wants to pay £100 to watch Arsenal right now? That's the thing that I don't understand. I mean, crikey, I've got one mate, and I said to him, actually, lads, I'll tell you something. I'm at the game tomorrow. You boys going to the match by any chance, or not?
I'm not. No,
I'm there. I'm there tomorrow.
Tony, you're there. Well, listen, don't bring a spare Chelsea shirt, because guess what? I'm taking my little lad to his, the first game since lockdown. Absolutely buzzing. We're going to have front seats. Can't wait. But guess what? He's going in an Arsenal shirt, but he better not go back home in a Chelsea shirt. Seriously.
get him a nice little Chelsea shirt, Tone.
I'll tell you what I have heard, though, Eunice. You're involved in a lot of the groups, aren't you? A lot of the Chelsea groups, Eunice, yeah? I've seen a lot of people saying that they've gone direct to Arsenal to get tickets.
Yeah. I was just about to make the point.
A lot of Chelsea are going to be in your
Chelsea
seats.
fans in the home stand. There will be Chelsea fans in the home
How
seats.
have they done that? Like,
I don't know.
Maybe
a contact or friends who are Arsenal fans that are members or something. But because seats are available, as long as you can get into the members area, you can buy a ticket.
Well, yeah. How did those Germans pack out your stadium?
It's all we need to do is get a Red membership, which is £30. Once you've bought that, you can buy a ticket.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, so it don't matter if you pay £130 overall, because you're going to watch the game, isn't you?
Yeah,
and you wouldn't be able to do it. That makes, because I noticed they didn't put it on general sale. I thought they wouldn't put it on general sale because it being a London derby. So obviously,
but the bucket shops, Lee, they're £120. You can go to a ticket outlet, London ticket outlet, and you can buy them for £120. That is cheap.
There you are.
Yeah, that is, I suppose so. If you can't get a ticket, I suppose it is cheap, isn't it?
But the funny thing is, though, for fans like Arsenal at the moment, I mean, they're crying out for fans, because at the end of the day, we're not producing the football that we once did and that we want to see. Having said that, we want to pack out the stadium. The cheapest ticket in the ground at the moment is £85.
Yeah,
that's shocking.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
That's shocking. And you've got the highest season ticket prices as well.
Exactly. The two highest in the league.
You haven't got European football. Doesn't make sense.
We're breaking records in all the wrong places right now, lads. I can't understand it.
It's actually insane, isn't it? Like, I remember, I think it was the season Emery was there. I think Arsenal-Chelsea, I paid £65. Yeah. Now it's £85. I mean, are they taking the mick? Like, mate, seriously, we've just gone down and down and down since then. In fact, since then, we finished 8th twice, and they've put the price up £20 a pop.
It's almost like every position in the Premier League that we drop, we just add 10% onto the ticket price.
You guys put your prices up like TFL. Yeah. Every year, stick a bit on.
Yeah, and you can never get hold of them either.
Oh, mate, supply and demand. But at the moment, there's no demand. It's just supply. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, lads. But listen, I mean, from Chelsea point of view, I mean, where I'm interested to find out. Obviously, we're talking about the game in a moment. But what would you guys say, from a fan's point of view, would be a successful year for you guys?
I don't know about
because you spent money in terms of Lukaku. I mean, for me, that's the part that was missing, was the striker. Yeah. And I mean, I'm jealous because if it was Arsenal Football Club who went out and bought a Werner last year and didn't work, we'd say, let's give him 3 more seasons. You boys are ruthless. And you boys literally say, right, let's spend 100 mil. Like, I'm jealous that you guys have got that faculty about you. But now you've ironed that little concrete bit done, where would you say is going to be successful? What are you guys inspiring to for next year? Well, this year, should I say?
I think it's safe to say that we want the Premier League title this year, for sure. Like, there's no excuses now. But this is the thing. I said at the beginning of the season, if we get ourselves a top striker, if we're going to be ambitious, right, and try and push the envelope a little bit, aim for the treble. Why not? Because we're European champions. We want to win the Premier League title. We've reached 2 FA Cup finals in the last 2 years and lost both. Why not turn that into a win? So the aim, even though we might not get it, but the aim should be the treble. No one's done it since United 99. Why not go for it?
This is the mentality for every Arsenal fan watching this that's got this process, and then not a lot of process merchants watch this channel. Right? If any of you are watching it, this is the levels our fan base need to get to. Everything Eunice has just said, drink it in, yeah, and make us feel like this. Like, do something. Like, we need to win the treble. We want the treble, lads. Like, come on, we're sitting there going, well, maybe we'll finish above 10th this season.
I mean, this is the thing, because it's been a little bit of time. When we were with Lampard, we understood the situation, for example, and we knew that we want to get top 4. A trophy would be nice. Trying to get to a quarterfinal of the Champions League would be nice. But now we've won the Champions League. You know, we've spent the correct money. We've got ourselves a striker now. We want to win the league. Why not aim higher? And then, you know, we'll see what we end up with.
I love that.
Yeah, the ultimate thing for this season, though, is the Premier League title. We want to win the league and try and retain the Champions League. That would be lovely.
Yeah, I can't lie. It probably would be, wouldn't it, mate? It's just like
it's so different how the teams
whilst laughing at Arsenal and Tottenham, like, just absolutely capitulated every week.
I don't understand. Like, genuinely, it should be both London clubs in terms of yourselves and us thinking about that. But we've just fallen so far.
But it also, sorry, Tom, it should also be where we sit and laugh at Tottenham, and both of our clubs do that, right? Yeah. And probably rightly so, because they are a joke. But at the same time, for Arsenal, the odd FA Cup, and now we can laugh at Tottenham every year. Turn it in, mate. Yeah, like, we should be sitting there getting angry about Chelsea just because they're in a West London postcode and not a North London postcode. They're still in London, and you're a couple of trophies away from overtaking our total trophy haul, which means you'll then be the 3rd most successful club in this country, knocking us to 4th, ironically. It's kind of mad that we don't do that as a fan base. It's more interested in Tottenham. Well, we know they're crap. Yeah, why don't we aspire to be you lot? But it's mad. What about you, Tone? What's your aspirations for the season?
Well, okay. We haven't won the league since, Antonio Conte.
Yeah.
And what's that, 4 years now? This will be 5 seasons now, won't it? 5 seasons. Yep. That's too long for Chelsea. Yep. So we have to get the Premier League. Whether we do it or not is debatable, because you have to also take into consideration the points differential between us and City last season. We have to close that gap. But we're not finishing the transfer market either, are we, Eunice? Because we will get another 2, if not 3 players coming in, and they will be quality. What I'm hearing, the Koundé deal is almost there and over the line, and we don't really need that, but he's so versatile at the back, he's class. And Tchouaméni or Saul, isn't it? Saul, because Conte, Thomas Tuchel he definitely wants another holding mid, because the emphasis is obviously all on Jorginho, and we can't run him into the grounds, So if we get those 2 players, then why not? We can definitely push City. One of the trophies I definitely want is I want the World Club, because we've won everything twice in terms. Well, we've won every European. We've had 2 European Cup Winners' Cups, 2 Champions Leagues, 2 Europa Leagues, and 2 Super Cups. And I want the World Club because we missed out on that, didn't we? Before that'd be nice just to have that in the bag.
You should win that.
And yeah, I mean FA Cups. I mean you pinged us twice in finals. Leicester lastminute.com last year. We want to get to 10, 9 and 10 of those, don't we? And in terms of closing the gap, which is the only thing you Gooners can, all right, Community Shields aside.
No, that's a glorified.
I know DT likes to use those ones.
Yeah,
but
it's not part of the double. It's not part of the treble.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then you're on 30 what I call respectable trophies, even though you have to be 100 years old to remember 8 of them. Just keeping it real, boys. And in the 1930s, by the way,
the 1930s.
Well, in the 1930s,
we were the best team on the planet in the 1930s.
You were.
Well, you were, but you were also bankrolled by the Bank of England. Not that you were buying
That's
it.
True. That's very true.
But,
1940, we beat you guys 6-0, mate.
That's right. So, you have to be very delicate. I mean, I know DT kind of picks his moments, that he's now actually toppling up how many times we played and dividing that. It's crazy. But okay, let's assume then, let's give you your 30. We're on 26 right now. I will be there or level your Devils within 2 seasons. I expect us to win at least 1, if possibly 2 domestic cups. The title, I want the title. Don't you, Eunice? I just want to be champions again.
It's been too long.
Do you know what I mean? It's been too long. And why not? Let's go for a back-to-back Champions League. We're certainly good enough to do it. We've got a good pedigree in Europe. We can defend, yeah. We really can defend, and we can hold that ball. And now we've got the missing ingredient, which is a striker. Do you also see, Eunice? Apparently, he's Thomas Tuchel's mentioned to Mourinho. He's saying he needs another striker, doesn't he? You see it? He needs one more striker.
Really?
Yeah.
Eddie Nketiah is available.
Obama Yang. I'll take Obama Yang.
Come on.
Yeah, that's where he came from, wasn't it? Your academy.
He was to stay in London as well, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There you go. Tom, go and pick him up.
Yes,
I would have kept Tammy. I would have kept Tammy, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you, Eunice? Would you have kept Tammy just for the,
I mean, for us, yeah, it'd be nice, but I mean, for him, he wouldn't have got many minutes. I know that for a fact, and I think at Roma, I mean, we've got a fantastic deal with Tammy, because don't forget, what I think we've seen with Lukaku now is what's going to happen with Tammy in 5 years' time.
Yeah,
I think we will trigger that buyback when Mourinho has molded him into this absolute machine. Hopefully, fingers crossed. If he doesn't, then cheers for the 40 million. But we'll see.
It's a great deal. We paid 20 million more, Lee, and we can go back for him.
Yeah.
It's just perfect
business.
This
is the thing, right? He's an Arsenal fan, and he agreed to come to us, apparently, right?
He was waiting for you.
How did that transpire that he ends up going to Roma for a little bit less, like £1 million? Is that because that Chelsea have put that buyback clause in there, and they said if you go to London to Arsenal, we ain't putting it in there? Do you think that might be something they did?
Possibly.
Maybe so.
Because they might have said, look, we're going to strengthen them, even though they're not a threat. It's still,
but even so,
another team.
Roma have managed to make it so we can't trigger that clause up until 2023. So it's only after 2023, if we want Tammy, we can go back in for him. But up until then, he's their player. We can't do anything.
He's their player till 2023, and we can go back at any time after that period of time, Lee. So say he has a blinder in 4 years' time, we can say, right, well, we want Tammy back now. Here's another 20 mil.
Well, yeah, and even so, if that was the case for Arsenal, at least you have him for the next 2-3 seasons. Maybe you can salvage something and get something going. At least buy yourself some time. I don't know.
You've got to start somewhere, mate.
It's smart business, lads. It's smart business. I mean, the fact that you boys have put that in the contract, you're not expecting another striker necessarily for the next 2-3 years with Lukaku, but you're thinking to yourselves, right, do you know, if Abraham goes out there and does bits, then we've got an opportunity to get him back here where he potentially might belong. I mean, 40 mils is still, if he's going to be a top-class player, which, do you know what? I wouldn't be surprised in 2-3 years' time, we're talking about it, and us Arsenal fans would be thinking, do you know what? He could have been one of ours. So it's embarrassing, lads, for an Arsenal point of view, but good business by you boys over in the Blues.
She's class, Marina. Marina is unbelievable, isn't she? We love her. We absolutely.
She's just ridiculous, mate.
She's unbelievable. Not bad in the eye either, mate. Either. Do you know
she's lovely, isn't she?
Fellas, mate.
Yeah, well, she's probably, probably they all like go, oh, you're nice. We'll
do you know what? I didn't even know that we are playing. But this is how low we've stung. We're going to get talking about the actual game in a second, yeah. But I didn't know we were playing in the League Cup on Wednesday.
I can't believe it. Second round.
Yeah, I did not know that.
It's more laughable. It's the away tickets that are already sold out. So what Muppets are going all the way to Birmingham to watch us get beaten, playing a second string team?
Those that talk to Jamie Carragher, I suppose.
Don't undo your window, mate. Don't undo your window.
Just saying. Just saying.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Just saying.
You know what I mean? Don't get a little selfie on the go on the motorway on the way back, so you'll be fine. But
I'm not going to be one of these people that's going to sit there and say let's do a combined 11 because as it stands, it's a full Chelsea 11. Yeah,
what are you talking about? It's Arsenal, mate. It's Arsenal.
No chance. Every single one of their players.
Saka.
But Saka ain't going to probably even start against you, man.
Would he not?
Really?
There's no Aubameyang, no Lacazette.
No, Aubameyang's trained. Lacazette's not. Aubameyang trained.
Aubameyang's trained, but he's not had a lot of training, has he?
And, he hasn't played a lot of football because he wasn't at the Euros. But this is the problem. Yeah, we've got.
They've got 7 out, haven't you? You've got 7 out.
Odegaard's not got a visa.
Yeah. Like Roman then.
You got Ramsdale.
Saka. I'm not sure whether Saka will start because obviously he did play in the Euros. Then he went on holiday. And he only came back and he weren't even starting against Brentford the other day. He came on. Yeah, he came on. But, I mean, even when he came on, he didn't look that sharp. So I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't start him. Maybe Martinelli would start. He's obviously come back from the Olympics. He didn't look great. But that's why you play him up front and not in the left wing. Because he's not a left winger. He's a striker. Yeah. And it's like everyone trying to tell me that he's being converted to striker. No, he is a striker. Yeah, he's bagged all of his goals pretty much. I think he scored 3 goals under Arteta, and one of them was at the bridge as a striker. Yeah, the other goals, the other 10 goals that he hasn't scored, or then the other 9 goals, that he hasn't scored under Arteta, 7 were as a striker. In fact, hang on. 7 were as a striker in 9 games. He scored 7 goals in 9 games as a striker. Most of them were under Unai Emery. Yeah, and that was 2 years ago. And since then, he's been dumped out on the left wing, and it's just a madness. That kid's so talented, man.
The lad, he loves Chelsea. He loves playing against Chelsea. I mean,
when he did that celebration,
oh mate,
it's slipping, trying to grab him. It was mad. That's about all we got to cling on to, lads. We ain't got much more.
but this is it, though, Lee. We've had some disasters at your place. I mean, we have to thank you for winning the league last time around, wasn't it? Because when we got thumped at your place, Conte changed to a back 3, didn't he? Do you remember? Yeah. Because we were just completely overrun.
And then that day, even Ozil scored.
Rest is history.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there behind the goal. Honestly, I couldn't believe it. I was sickened when it came out.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like when you had players like Alexis Sanchez in your team, you always had a chance. Doesn't matter what game or what team you were playing. Alexis Sanchez was just one of the best players I've seen. Well, he's definitely the best player I've seen at the Emirates era. Yeah, he was such a joy to watch, man. And you just knew he was going to do something. Even if he didn't score, it'd completely change your game somehow. Yeah, and we ain't really got that type of player. People say Saka's that player. Saka's amazing. I love him, but he shouldn't be a week in, week out starter. Yeah, he should be like being coached into a team like Phil Foden is at Man City. Yeah, not just playing him week in, week out because you have to, because he's your best player. Right, and that's what
I feel like. I feel like with your lads, it seems like you're now reliant on a Saka, a Smith Rowe. You know, young lads who've just broken through. And they're your main lads now.
It's mad. But that's the way.
Can I ask you a question, Lee? Yeah, right. I mean, I don't know if you want to bring it up now or leave it till later. But this protest, yeah. Why are you actually having a protest? I mean, when you're the highest spenders, it kind of makes a mockery, doesn't it?
Tone, this is
don't get it.
Up at Twitter for you. Yeah, this is why I just.
Is there anyone going to actually be doing it? I hear at 3 o'clock it's pissing down with rain. What are they going to do?
Tone, they'll probably be standing there giving the Chelsea team bus a guard of honour for being champions of Europe. Like, come on. They were clapping for the team bus against Villarreal because Arteta said it's the biggest game of the season. Like, clap for the players. We need the support, and then we got knocked out. Like, do you know what I mean? It's
is the protest a Kroenke out protest? Is it a Kroenke thing, or is it an Edu Arteta?
I don't think anyone knows, mate. It's mad. Sorry, lads. I was crying. I had to wipe my eyes because I was so depressed of how bad our combined 11 was going to be. But
we give you Shagger.
Yeah, but no, I think in terms of what you said, in terms of the protest, I don't have a clue. It's meant to be a Kroenke out, but let's see how it happens because we're meant to have rain, and knowing us Arsenal fans, nobody's going to turn up if it's raining.
Yeah, it's pouring down with rain. I took the liberty. I thought, I always do that when I go, because obviously I'm in Peterborough and that. So I'll check it out. And I thought, hang on, I wonder what it's going to be doing at 3 o'clock. It's pissing down with rain. I'm thinking, I wonder what.
Well, this is the reason why there's a protest. Like, so we go and lose to Brentford after this manager says he needs a pre-season. He's been saying it since he got to the football club. I need a pre-season. I need a pre-season. We won 2 games out of 6 in pre-season against Watford and Millwall. Right, we lost to Hibs. We drew with Rangers. We lost to Chelsea. We lost to Tottenham. Aubameyang didn't score a single goal, but he needed his pre-season. Yeah, well done. Right, we then go and get piped by Brentford. Right, fans are walking out with 10 minutes to go. Like, come on, there's going to be a big thing this season. Fans are going to be leaving well early in a lot of games this season. Maybe starting again tomorrow and next Saturday away to Man City, who absolutely battered Norwich 5-0 tonight. No, today, sorry. But this is the thing. A lot of our fans have been lying through their teeth about this manager for a long, long time. Yeah, and there's a fashionable thing on social media that I've noticed that you have to be seen as the biggest, most supportive, big super fan. Yeah, it's now a competition of who can support their club the biggest and best. Yeah, it's like, why don't you just leave people alone and let them have their opinion? And if you don't like their opinion, tough, go and close the app or or scroll past. You don't have to reply. You don't have to dig people out. Yeah, but what happened is after that game,
because I got to tell you.
Go on, mate.
Right, this is just an observation. I don't know what you think here, Eunice, but when I look at the Arsenal fan base and the Chelsea fan base, it's chalk and cheese, right? So you look at our fan base, we united on everything. We close ranks, don't we? Anyone that comes out,
except for yesterday.
Well, yeah.
But apart from that, we're good. Go on.
But the point I'm trying to make, right, is we're pretty solid, aren't we, as a bunch, yeah right? And we demand success. And look at what happened, when that Super League come out, everyone just was united, and this, that, and the other. Whereas your fan base always seems split, and it always seems to be your biggest issue. I think your supporter base is half your problem.
Yeah.
And
I think it's about 90% of the problem, because the problem we have is if you actually did an average age of Arsenal fans globally, it's probably aged between 18 and 28. Yeah. And then you've probably got a smaller percentage that's my age and above. Yeah. And then a lot of that are younger. Yeah. So the majority of our fans have never seen us dominate or win titles or go invincible. They've grown up in the last decade of Arsene Wenger's excuses. Yeah. And then Chelsea and Man City ruining the transfer market, apparently. Yeah. So that's what it is. And then what happened after that Brentford game is all of a sudden, a lot of people that have been lying through their teeth about this manager have decided, right, I'm actually going to say I'm Arteta out, but I'm not going to say I'm Arteta out. So, that was shambolic. I've had enough. Yeah. We need to get a protest going. Yeah. And then what they've done is they've cleverly dressed this protest up as a Kroenke, Arteta and Edu protest. Yeah. Why don't you actually just say you are Arteta out instead of trying to deflect it to the owner who has spent more money than Chelsea in the last 6 years? Yeah. Even though it's not his money, we didn't move to spend an owner's money. We didn't need a sugar daddy back then, did we, Tone? That was what the noise was back then, wasn't it, Tone? All our fans, we've known each other 20 years, mate. I was in the car with you in your Datsun the day Roman Abramovich bought the club. Yeah. Right. But this is the thing. All of our fans back then were saying, we don't want a sugar daddy like Roman. Yeah. We're the classy club. Look at the net spend. Now, all these years,
Robbie always used to go, we like to think we're organic and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, why are you up and down then? Why are you hopping up and down then when you're signing 80 million players or 60 million or 50 million or buying Ozil or buying Partey or whatever? Do you know what I mean? It's such hypocrisy, and you know, it just I don't know. I just and then also the other thing as well, and I don't want to be, I suppose, too hypocritical, right? But you have got a problem. Hear me out on this one, right? You have got a problem when your fans channel, the main one, right, has got more likes or more subscribers than your football club itself, right? And you have to say, a lot of people listen, a lot of people do tune in to watch the banter, and we all do, don't we? It goes around the whole of our community. If you have a bad result, everyone watching Arsenal fans and chill, or, you know, get the old popcorn out or whatever. You know, and it doesn't really, from an image perspective, I think it's counterproductive, because my thought process about Arsenal 20, 30 years ago was marble halls, you know, Chapman bus, and you know, Arsenal blazer and tie, and just a classy side, a classy team. And I just think that when the first thing you think about, you know, when you think of Arsenal, is probably the banter. That's what you are called, banter FC. You know, that's not a really great thing to be.
Shit,
it's not nice, is it? I wouldn't want that.
Tone, when you've got Ivan Toney getting interviewed a couple of weeks ago, who plays for Brentford, yeah, right, and he's a baller, yeah, very good footballer. Really think he's going to make it. Big up this guy, by the way. I just want to read this before I make that point. He said, "I've lost both my parents, and you, my friend, are one of the few reasons why I'm still alive." That's tragic, man. And
wow,
I'm glad you enjoyed the videos, mate, and keep shining, bruv. Keep shining.
Top lad.
Wow.
If you support Arsenal, I suggest you go and support someone else. Yeah, maybe go on loan to City for the season.
Yeah, go on loan, mate.
Come over to our side.
We'll take you in.
Come over to our house. We'll take you in, Sam.
No more to Chelsea,
up, mate.
please, lads. Come on.
No, but the thing is, it's like, you know, I just look at it, Tone, and I just think that we as fans have lost. Like, everyone goes on about Arsenal being the classy football club, yeah? Well, was it classy when Granit Xhaka told us all to fuck off? Yeah,
that's terrible.
Then when he flirted with Rome, and now we've given him a pay rise. Was it classy? Yeah,
it's just disgraceful.
Was it classy when all of our fans were at Crystal Palace about 4 seasons ago saying you're not fit to wear the shirt? That wasn't classy, was it? Yeah, so all these fans that bang on about class, they're chatting shit, right? Yeah. We lost all of our
we love Roman, right? We all love Roman and respect Roman. But when he hired flipping Rafa Benitez, mate, we let him know, didn't we? We let him know. When we're not happy, we let him know, mate. You know,
that's
we
the
own
thing.
the. And I'll tell you another thing as well, right, Lee, and I think this is a very massive point, is as supporters, we own our own fucking football pitch.
We do,
right?
Yeah.
So no one can, it don't matter what Roman does, right, in the future. Let's say he turn rogue and he'll, you know what? Well, I've had enough, right? We'll say, well, yeah, nice one, mate. Can't sell that because we own it.
Yeah.
And we do.
Yeah.
We own the football
pitch.
pitch.
Never sell that pitch to him. Never.
No.
He's tried to buy it so many times. Just you ain't having it, mate. It's ours.
It's ingrained in our history, yeah. So when everyone starts quoting and talking bollocks about our football club in the 70s and 80s, when, by the way, a big real estate company had control of our stadium, was along with Fulham and Queen's Park Rangers, that was terrible fucking times. Let me tell you now, when we had to literally, as supporters, bail our own club out by writing out checks, we're never going to let that go, mate. Never. Never. Yeah. And that's what makes us strong.
But it's
a big influence. It's a big influence.
Massive.
Chelsea pitch owners, don't forget now, there's so many people involved with Chelsea pitch owners. Like you could buy a share if you want. And it's ingrained in the culture of the club. I know a few people don't know, but like any manager that comes into the club now becomes a Chelsea pitch owner. So you'll have like Mourinho's a Chelsea pitch owner, Conte's a Chelsea pitch owner, Thomas Tuchel now a Chelsea pitch owner, all
players as well.
And it's the players. That's the culture. And it's kind of a thing where everyone's on the same page and everyone's together. You know, but
do you want to know something, Lee? Do you know who respects it more than anything? Roman Abramovich.
Yeah. Yeah. At the end of the day, yeah.
Who cares as well? That's what I'm jealous about.
And that's the thing, yeah.
Cares.
We've also had our issues past few years. There've been times, you know, where it's gone a little bit slippy. You know, not as deep as Arsenal, for example. But we've had a couple of moments. But that's the thing. Chelsea fans get onto it immediately. There's an uproar. Immediately, there's an issue. Oh my God! Look at the turmoil. I mean, Marina Granovskaya herself had a lot of criticism from me included back in the day, right?
I remember that.
I think we remember that. But with time, the club have listened. She's listened. Everyone's listened. Everyone's got on with it, put their heads down, worked, and look at what we've produced now. Now everyone's happy. But Chelsea fans are vocal, and I feel like with Arsenal fans, there's been a lot of patience. Back from when the problem started to stem, people were just hoping for the best. Hoping for the best. It'll be next season. It'll be next season. It'll be next season. And here we are, 17 years later, without a league title. It's just...
It's a nightmare, man. It's a nightmare. I mean, you've got some great points there, and this is where I get really frustrated. I mean, in terms... When it comes to like a project and everything like that, a so-called project, right, it's okay if you're moving in the right direction, but we've been trying to move in the right direction for the last 2-3 years, and we're literally... It's like taking a little boy or something to some sort of water park where they've got them little donuts that go round and round and round. It's a joke. I mean, at the moment, we don't know where we're going, where we're heading. And I just hope to God that we're going to head in the right direction soon. But I don't know. It's crazy. Sorry, mate. I cut in there. Tony, you go, mate.
No,
you go.
No, can I just say something, right? It's not like you can't change things, right? And it's not like you can't change things around. Let me tell you something now, right? Because I've heard Ken say it loads of times, right? He's bang on the money. Sometimes you have to take a step back and go, do you know what? This don't work. That don't work. But guess what? That does. Now, let me tell you something. When we kicked off right in the very beginning, right, we copied Arsenal with the way you went and got your young players round the world. We did it. We just did it better, bigger and better. Right, okay. London Colney. We went and looked around London Colney. Guess what? Cobham, we went bigger and better. Right, okay. Manchester United's commercial activity, we nicked it. Do you remember? Right, okay. Our shirt sales, what we've done from a global perspective. We're a football club. We don't even have to rely on ticket sales. Did you know that? Whereas you are totally, as a football club, reliant on what you sell on a match day. We're not. We're not, because we have all these different global... If you look at the revenue factor from a Deloitte perspective and what do you call it? You'll see the differential between Chelsea and Arsenal. 17,500 less seats, and yet we turn over more money than you. That's crazy.
Yeah,
right? But that's because we're ruthless.
You have to move to compete by having a bigger stadium. Yeah?
Look at what we've done with the girls. We nicked Emma Hayes. We nicked Emma Hayes. Fantastic. We went one better, right? Okay. Like we even bought our own stadium for the girls.
She's a good pundit as well. She is.
Yeah, but lads, like, genuine from a business point of view, and you just said there, Tony, about business. You know, you got to take a step back to make a step forward. The problem
you can do it
at the moment is I don't mind us taking a step back or 2, 3, 4, 5 steps back, as long as we're heading in the right direction. We've got something that we can conquer and actually annihilate. But at the moment, the problem with Arsenal is we're fine with taking steps back. We're agreeing with that. We're fine because we're buying into the process, etc., etc. But these steps forward that we're making, they're all in the wrong direction. And we're not moving quick enough. So in business, when it comes to it, it's like, okay, something's not working. We've got to change it. We don't change it till the last minute. It's embarrassing. We wait until it's failed before we change. And we should be better than that. We should be picking up on these things, and we should be coming to it and thinking, right, this isn't working. Let's change right now. And we've got no plan B.
But Tom, that comes down to the fans. That comes down to the fans, mate. Yeah, when the fans, like Roman Abramovich knows, his fans of that club, are not going to accept crap, and they will accept it for a couple of months. And then they'll say, "Nah, enough's enough." I remember when you played Man City, and Benitez.
He doesn't accept it either.
Yeah, they were all holding up banners, booing him as he came out against Man City. He ended up winning you the fucking Europa League. Yeah.
Andre Villas-Boas thought he was invincible, didn't he? Do you remember, Eunice? Remember on those press conferences? He thought he had the complete backing of Roman, and it was Roman's decision, that, by the way. Roman's decision, right? Okay. Right. And the fans went, nah, get rid. Yeah.
Get rid,
And he went, mate.
Right,
and that's how we are, right?
For everyone in the chat that's saying about these spammers, they're not spammers, they're bots, mate. Like they just literally pop up everywhere. So they're not spammers, they're just bots that just throw 5 out. So just block them.
I think you need to get some real Arsenal faces, you know. And
the problem is, Tony, right? Is when, like I said,
I don't know, guys. It's really hard, isn't it?
Chelsea fans will not accept crap for long,
No.
Whereas Arsenal know that they can just wheel out Ian Wright for another merchandise drop, and our fans will go, oh my God, it's Ian Wright, the fans' favourite. What a legend. Yeah. And everything's forgotten again. They've dropped more new kits, this summer, and I'm wearing one of them, the only one I'm buying because I like that cannon, not the toy badge. Yeah. and that was another thing. That was another reason they moved stadium, to do away with the Latin writing on our badge, to open it up to a more global fan base. Yeah. To then fleece it as much as they can. Yeah. And this is why I don't necessarily stick it all on Kroenke, because Kroenke wasn't in this club until 2007. He had about 10% share, right? He didn't buy this club outright until end of 2018, I think it was. Yeah, since then, we've spent more than any club in Europe. Yeah, so people can bang on as much as they want about owner this, owner that. Oh, but he employs Arteta, he employs Edu. Okay, so why are you telling me for 2 years to trust Arteta then?
Yeah.
Because if you're telling me to trust the manager he's employed. And if you're then a fake fan.
You brought me onto your channel.
Should have kept that Uno Emery.
I was Mr. Arteta in when you brought me first on, like last season.
I've manipulated you. I've groomed you. I've groomed you.
It's facts, mate. It's talking properly. It's speaking out of terms, like not worrying about what people think. It's, that's the aspect to this. I mean, most people on YouTube at the moment, let's go back to what you're talking about with the fans that are split. You got the younger fans, the older fans. The older fans like you and I, who have actually witnessed and seen history. You got the younger fans who are inspired by the likes of big platforms and what they say. And what they say isn't always true. It's not always.
Do you know what, mate? Tom, you just smashed it there, mate, with what you
nailed
just
it
said.
On the head.
Nailed it on the head. You see, you've got the likes of AFT and all these big accounts, right? Okay. They're afraid, mate. They won't say no. That's why you're better off staying independent. You're going to get a big audience anyway, Lee, because of who you are, mate. I told you you're a star. You're a fucking asset, mate.
Thank you.
I told you to start up, mate. Yeah,
you did. You told me about 4 years before I even started.
Because I know what you like, mate. Yeah, right. So I knew you'd be great at this, right? Okay. Eunice is great as well, right? Okay. So are you as well, Tom. But what I'm saying, right? Okay, is the way you're at this moment in time. You don't have to adhere to anyone, so you can say it as it is.
Yeah.
Right, be free, yeah? Whereas those people, they're interested in their sponsorships and upsetting this person.
This is the thing,
right?
The narrative that
they can't be free to talk.
The narrative that has been pumped out about Martin Odegaard is that he's a massively creative spark in the midfield and he's going to elevate us up levels and blah, 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 blah. So I thought, you know what? I've seen every single big account, every single big YouTube channel banging on. I see Robbie sat on Sky Sports saying he had a great loan. I was like, a great loan? He scored 1 goal, mate. Or 2 goals, one in the Europa League, which the keeper, I could have caught it, went straight through his hands. and he scored against Tottenham and it was deflected in. Fair enough, he scored against Tottenham. Well done. Cool, yeah? But he scored. So I thought, let me go and have a look at his actual stats for creativity. Because people keep banging on about he's got a high ceiling. Big up Matisse as well, sending all of his lateness, his greatness army over. Yeah, big up to you, my guy. But this is my point, yeah? My point is...
I wouldn't... the mainstream media. In other words, is it another polished up...
everything about the Martin Odegaard thing that has been dressed up by everyone is that he's creative. So I thought, okay, let me go and have a look at his stats, yeah? 2 assists in 14 league games, yeah? 1 goal in 14 league games, yeah? 1 big chance created, one. Aubameyang, I'm still debating on whether, because I see a compilation of all of his chances, yeah, that he had made. Most of them, like I said, were not big chances. The Premier League website says 1 big chance, yeah, and I'm still debating on whether that was a big chance. The keeper was running out head on with Aubameyang. Aubameyang just towed it round him about 15 yards out. It just went wide. Is that a big chance? That's a 50-50. You got the keeper.
Yeah, it's debatable.
Yeah, but we give him that. Yeah, 2 through balls in 14 games. 2. Yeah, 112 passes forward, 150 passes backwards. So where's this narrative come that Martin Odegaard's creative?
You know what I think it is? I mean, we all saw, even from the outside, even as a Chelsea fan, and there's other fans that noticed it. It was clear from day one of the transfer window that Arsenal needed a creative midfielder. Dead so. Yeah. Arsenal need a 10, someone that's going to be there and create and try and really get that midfield going. I think now, because it's so late in the window, and you've got Odegaard, who was on loan, and now you've managed to buy him. I do think it's more of there's a big portion of the Arsenal fan base that are blue pilling themselves pretty much, trying to convince themselves that, yeah, you know what, he's just the creative midfielder, let's get on with it. When in deep truth, you still need that creative midfielder, and you don't have the time to get it now because you've left it way too late and you've spent money on Odegaard.
Way too late, and that's what we do.
And
mate.
I think that's what some Arsenal fans are doing, just trying to convince themselves that this is okay. When in reality, as you've said, sometimes you've got to speak what's true. It's not good enough.
Tom, we see the other day, last week, right? We see that Ramsdale, we'd bid for Ramsdale. What was the fallout like? Not a single person wanted Ramsdale when we bid last week for him. Yeah, I did not find a single account that wanted Ramsdale, and I'm active here, right? And I'm just triggering everyone. So as soon as we bid for him and it's accepted and he's en route for a medical this week, now the comparisons of look at David Seaman's journey to Arsenal. Look at John Lukage's journey. Look at this goalkeeper's journey. I'm like, hold on a minute, mate. Yeah, name me a goalkeeper that has been relegated, right? Just once, just relegated. Don't worry about 3 out the last 4 seasons like this kid. Yeah, but relegated once and then gone to one of the top 3 clubs in the country for £8 million more than you bought him for. You cannot name me that goalkeeper in Premier League history, mate, because it's never happened. So why am I supposed to sit there and now suddenly believe that he is going to be like David Seaman from 30 odd years ago? Turn it in.
That shouldn't be made.
That's the problem area, mate.
This is the problem. Yeah, our fans are like that, Tom, and they just constantly lower the standards. Yeah, Granit Xhaka should not be at this football club. Yeah, he should not be here. If George Graham was the manager, he probably would have punched him up. Yeah, but like I see somebody say to me on Twitter earlier, right? There's a lad, and I follow him. Yeah, and he's paid for 4 club level tickets for the game tomorrow. Yeah, and he said he's going to boo every player apart from Tierney, Saka, and Smith Rowe. Yeah, and somebody said, what, even Ben White? And he said, yeah, because he came in and blamed everyone for all of his mistakes the other day. Shit mentality. Because I'm booing them all. He goes, I'm paying my money, I'll spend it on what I want, and I'll boo what I want. Yeah, right. So everyone's going on at him, right? Kicking off. Somebody replied to it and said, oh, well, that's going to really help the players. Yeah, and I'm not condoning this, right? But I'm not condoning what I'm about to say. Sporting Lisbon were booing their players a couple of years back, went to the training ground heavy-handed with 50 of them masked up and kicked the shit out of the players. Yeah, 18 months later, they won a title. Yeah, they hadn't won a title for years. Yeah.
Are you telling me I need to get my little boy to pack a mask?
That's what you got to do, isn't it? Yeah. Well, you're going to have one of them face nappies over your mouth, mate.
That's it, mate. That's it. They say it's necessary to wear a mask at the moment, but we'll bring a fucking mask. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Let's go into the actual game, because we could sit here and talk about Arsenal and Chelsea forever. But
yeah, definitely. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Literally, I'll be back in 30 seconds.
No worries. I'm going on Chelsea Fan TV in 40 minutes.
No, that's fine. Well, listen, am I wrong in thinking that I want to meet you boys?
On it as well in time.
So Tony,
I don't know. Do you know what? It's crazy.
Go on, Tom.
Go on, buddy.
No, that's all right, mate. A bit of lapse there. I was just saying, like, before I go quickly, I'll be back in like 30 seconds. Am I wrong in thinking Tony will want to meet you for a beer before the game tomorrow? You seem like
we can do. I mean, do you know what? For years and years and years, I've done the same ritual when I go to the Emirates, right?
Yeah.
And that's come out the station. I do a little.
Just as he was getting into it.
Well, to be continued, lads. I'll be back in a second. All right, I'll be back.
Walk down, and normally I normally have a bit of the old down. It's gone. That's what I normally do, but obviously it's gone now. So I should probably go. You know the cafe near the pub, right at the end, right near by the letters.
Yes, mate. Yes,
I'll probably do that.
Sounds good, mate. Well, listen,
I don't know. I might go and have a look. Watch your parade. Watch your parade, isn't it? It's not parade. You watch your protest.
Sounds like there's going to be loads of supermodels walking through the Emirates, but
mate, there's going to be no protest. There's going to be no protest. There's
going to be none. But listen, anyone who's watching this right now,
I'm going to film it though. I want to film it, don't you?
I'm going to jump on Lee's stream at some point to do a little bit of a live outside the ground and everything to see what's happening and kick off the match day and everything. But anyway, guys, I will be back. Literally, give me 30 seconds. I'll be back, guys. All right.
All right, man. Let's get into the actual game tomorrow, right? obviously we spoke about how much of a mess we are and how much of a mess you're not. What do you see happening tomorrow? Do you just see us rolling over, or do you see us actually doing what we normally do, and actually it's our cup final and we turn you over? Or do you think it's actually time that you're going to pump us and it's going to be toxic in the ground? He's going to get it and then he's going to get sacked. Because if that's the case, I'll fully take it if it means he's getting sacked. Yeah.
No, you know what? I don't think it'll be a pasting, right? But I think Arsenal will have the intention of starting off the game at least with the mentality that they had last season when you guys played us. You know, try and remember that, try and get that up and running, I guess. But I truly think if Chelsea get that first goal, it's game over. Personally, I think if we score first, it's done. And that's what I'm looking for in Lukaku tomorrow. The thing is, the circumstances have changed because last season when we faced you guys, we were still a bit nervy. We were trying to get top 4. It was still a little bit, you know, on and off. We was hoping that we'd get far in the Champions League. Whereas now, you know, confidence is sky high, European champs, great game against Palace, signed Lukaku. It's a totally set of different circumstances. On top of the fact that Thomas Tuchel isn't new to the club now, he's had a pre-season and it's all gone lovely. So Tuchel, I know, is someone that doesn't underestimate any opponent. Even if it's Arsenal with the turmoil that's going on, he does his homework. He sets every week before a game to that opponent, not to what we're doing, but sets out training to who we're facing. So he's done his homework. I'm sure he knows exactly what to expect. And the beautiful thing about our squad at the moment is everyone's on the same page. The mentality's there. So this is what makes me more confident. This is what makes me look at this game and go, no, you know what? If it's not a win, it's a travesty. With the way that you guys played against Brentford, and are you really going to turn it around without anyone actually coming back into the team, unless if maybe Aubameyang shows up, but he hasn't had much football? It's honestly looking like it's going to go one way. I'll be shocked if Arsenal get something. I really would. But if we score first, it's done.
We don't look like, and like I said, I watched your video. I was sat outside earlier, and I was watching your video about the summer spend that we've done. Yeah, brilliant. Go and check out both of these guys' channels as well. Yeah, Eunice is like, 15K away from 100K. So make sure if you're not subscribed, you're helping him out. And Tony's touching 16K as well. So go and check Tone's channel at SW6, both in the title.
112 on Facebook. 112,000.
112K. There you go. Bosh.
On Facebook.
What's your Facebook page? What's it called?
Chelsea SW6.
There you go. Chelsea SW6. But this is the thing, right? Something you mentioned in that video, Eunice, right? You said that when you watch Arsenal, you don't see any style, you don't see any pretty patterns, you don't see any tactical like supremacy, and like. But you said you could list everything, like you'd be there for hours. I could for Tuchel as well. I can't lie, yeah. Like literally, you can see triangles, you can see little things that he does, and you can see him constantly talking. Yeah, where Arteta used to do that, and he was micromanaging too much. Yeah, whereas Tuchel's not micromanaging; he's just coaching properly. Yeah, Arteta was compensating for being a crap coach, so he was just constantly, make it look like I'm doing something. Excuse me. I was watching LFC Day Trippers the other day, and Gavin on there said it's now like when you watch him, he's just looking around at something in the stadium, like he doesn't talk, and he is. Like I didn't even clock him,
guys, mate.
Yeah, he's literally just standing there. It's like Unai Emery vibe, stroking his beard, like looking at the stadium. It's getting to the point where you know it's coming to an end, right? And it's just going to take a matter of a couple of poundings by you and Man City, and I think he'll be done in international break there. But like, I don't see any pretty patterns from us at all. I don't see us scoring tomorrow. I don't see anything other than you fucking hammering us, if I'm being honest. And like you said, if you get that first goal and you get it early, mate, I've already got my popcorn in the kitchen. Yeah, I'm not even joking. I've got my popcorn. I've got loads of these in the fridge. When I sat here watching the Brighton game, I was just laughing. Everyone who's watching this to watch my watch along, I was just sitting there laughing, just eating popcorn. I was like, I know what's coming this season. Yeah, I'm not going to sit and get stressed over it.
Well, listen. Let's break it down a little bit, guys. Let's have a little chat in more depth in terms of the games played. I mean, you look at the games played in the Premier League. 58, guys. Arsenal have the record, which is 22 wins. However, look how quickly you guys have crept up on us, and you've only been, let's say, a big club in the last 20 years, 15 years. Right.
Tom's trying to stir the porridge.
I'm joking. But after the investment, do you know what I mean? How quickly did you creep up on us with 19 wins? So you're 3 away from us and 17 draws. But one thing I will say, lads, is one thing that is definitely going to happen is there will be goals. Dun, dun, dun. It's definitely going to be a 0-0 now. But apparently the average goal record, I worked out, is 2.6 per game. So I think it's going to be goals. What way it's going to go?
So you're predicting a 3-0 Chelsea then, is what you're saying?
Please don't say that, because we're right by the bloody goal. And my lads, I'm going to have to blindfold him for the second game.
Which end are you in? Clock end or North Bank?
Mate, we're the clock end. Well, no, so we're North Bank. So what it means is the second half is going to be played in front of us, which means Chelsea will come out of their shell. We'll play for a
that's the end that we shoot to in the second half. That's the end we shoot to for North Bank. Yeah, second half.
Mate. So we're
so
screwed,
you're not going to see any goals, but you'll see all the Chelseas in the first half.
And lads, to let you know where we're sitting, okay, I shouldn't really say this, but we're literally right at the front by the corner flag on the not the clock end, so the other end, okay. So we're there, 6th row back. You'll see us, right? So if I
all right,
yeah, tomorrow. So if you see,
you should be on TV tomorrow, then Tom.
I will. So
I'll keep an eye out.
Hold a big sign up saying, "Hi, Lee Gunner's Rat Army are in town."
If you see me, literally get like a rucksack and put over a child's eyes and make a run around the stadium, it's me.
What about you? What about you, Rolfie? What do you think tomorrow? Do you think it's just going to be a walk in the park for you lot, and Lukaku just rips us a new one, or is it going to be same old Chelsea?
Okay, this is probably this is the most confident I've ever felt playing you. I've got to be honest. But then I've been there before.
Apart from
I
Wembley in the
to beat you in those cup finals.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, you know that, Lee, because I saw you before the game. We met up before and after. To be fair, I came round your bit. When
you did. I was only playing earlier. Tommy did come out of hiding about an hour after the game finished.
He
went running off. He went running off to his car in the car park. Yeah, we're like, hey, where are you going?
Yeah, but you know what it's like at Wembley, right? You know, whoever loses, right, that end pretty much clears to them. They don't want to watch the opposition lift
Not
the
that I've
cup,
ever seen us.
the
only time I've ever seen us lose at Wembley was to Tottenham in the league. Yeah, I've never seen Arsenal lose at Wembley.
I've experienced that as well in 2008. You know, when bloody Avram Grant, you know, picked a team like about 30 minutes before the game. That was just craziness. So no, look, I got to be honest. Like, it's very, very. I'm hesitant because of the ridiculous performances that we sometimes churn out against you, and you know. But I have to say, the fact that we've bought Romelu Lukaku and the fact that we are in the right mental zone right now, and you're not. I do think, and I agree with Eunice. I think it's massively important that we get the first goal, because if we get the first goal, then we could trigger on. And I've got to tell you that our manager's a bit. He doesn't take the foot off the gas, does he?
No, very intense.
Still create chances. The problem is, we very intense. Seriously, we should have smashed teams 6 and 7s last year.
You should have smashed Palace.
You know, the amount of chances we had.
Yeah, you should have battered Palace.
Do you know, it was the most easy game I think I've ever watched for years. That game where just, you know, and it's weird, isn't it? Who we both played today, didn't they? They got a draw, didn't they?
Do you know what the mad thing is? You'll probably sack Thomas Tuchel before we sack Arteta. Like, that's how mad it is. Like, you know,
you'll be waiting a long time at this rate, then, mate.
No, do you know what it is? I actually think, you know, it's really weird. I think the game's changed now. It's almost like an evolution, right? I think the game's changed from the, you know, we're talking about youngsters now that are millionaires, multi-millionaires, right? So you have to be a different type of manager. You have to be very, very conscious, right? Okay, that it's a social media world and everyone's offended all the time about everything. So you have to be conscious, you know, where people might need not just an arm around, but they might need a little bit of time. And it's a different world now, and you have to be a different type of manager. And Thomas Tuchel is a very even the way he speaks, Eunice, you notice that he brings that super in front of everything. It's super good, super. He's very on the.
He's got a very good gift of the gab.
He's got a very good, exactly.
Do you know what's crazy as well, right? Because before you got him, like, or while he was at PSG, like, we were obviously wanting a new manager when Emery went, and I was like, everyone was talking about Tuchel, and I was like, I don't really feel it with him. Like, he's good, but is he elite?
Neither did I. I was exactly like you.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Yeah. But now you look at him and you think, now you like, and this
I
is the thing.
Can't get enough of him. The way he speaks.
Yeah, but this is where we're
incredible
as Premier League football fans. Is we just see PSG on a Champions League night. Yeah, we're not going to tune in. Well, I'm going to do this season because Messi's there now, so I'm watching every game. Yeah, but
manager of the year and Ballon d'Or.
It's saying, do you? Yeah. So now you can hear Tuchel every week, and he's now at your football club. You see him day in, day out. Yeah. You can now say, wow, actually, do you know what? I didn't rate him because I didn't actually watch and fucking listen. Yeah, I only see him on Champions League nights or the odd highlight reel. Do you know what I mean?
You know, on top of that, because at PSG and Dortmund, it didn't end well at both clubs, and it wasn't anything pitch related. It was always something off the pitch. It was always something to do with the board, or whether it was Mbappe, Neymar, and egos and all of that. But Thomas Tuchel, when he first came to Chelsea, Tony will know because we've all watched the interviews. The beautiful thing about Tuchel, the first sign, his first interview where I went, wow, this geezer's amazing, is when he admitted that even he made mistakes at PSG and Dortmund with the way that all of that madness was handled, and he's learned from it. He's gone, you know what, I've had to fix a few
self-evaluation.
It's proper self-evaluation. And now I think with the way that Chelsea have done things, and they don't want to be the club that constantly keeps sacking managers, they've kind of gone through that process a little bit as well. So you bring the two worlds together, and it's kind of like they need each other. And with the way that it's all gone and how well it's all been going now, everything's just so lovey-dovey. Tuchel, I can't get enough of him either. For now. But he's smart enough to deal with the situation. That's the thing. He's already proven that he can adapt. Any scenario he can adapt.
Worried about it.
Very modern manager.
That situation. I think I'm jealous, mate, because I think this is a modern way. I mean, we're too fixated on looking at your Arsenal Wengers and you saw Alex Ferguson's where they've got to be the top
dinosaurs.
12. Do you know what I mean?
And Jose Mourinho, dinosaur. And I know people are probably going, what? He was the most successful manager. No, he's a dinosaur. I watched the Tottenham thing, the
nothing. I can't wait for Arsenal's.
Yeah, nothing. It was like, that's going to be the highlight of the season.
You've got enough material now.
See, that's another thing, Lee. I don't believe that we would open ourselves up for something like that. Do you, Eunice?
We were offered.
I don't think we would ever do that.
We were offered it, and we turned it down. Then they went to Spurs.
Did Amazon pay though? Are they paying for that? I take it.
I think so.
Money, I think.
How much do you reckon they're paying?
Yeah, you get money.
Maybe that's why we've spent a load of dosh this summer.
That's what I mean. It's got to be 30, 40 mil. Like, I don't know, but anyway, what I was trying to say was, I think we're living at an age now where a manager is like a player, where it has to get passed about. Like, there's no point in fixating yourself over a manager thinking, right, he's got to be with us for 10, 20 years. What I'm jealous about you guys is the fact that you will genuinely try and find the best person. And I thought the best person was Frank Lampard. I saw he was doing bits for you boys, but you weren't scared to get rid of him. And now you got Tuchel, and do you know what? He's fine with the fact that I might just be a manager for like 2-3 years, and that'll be fine by me. I mean, that's the mentality that.
This is cut you, Tom. Right at the end of the day, right, the process, is owned by an owner that our fans don't like. Then when you kick off on the player, the manager, you're told you're a fake fan. But then everyone's coming around to the fact that he ain't no good because they didn't think he was any good anyway. But it was fashionable because of the buzzwords of culture, structure, non-negotiable. They're words that you're not going to use on a daily basis. Process. How many times do you walk around saying, "Oh yeah, mum, it's non-negotiable that I have to have my dinner at 6 o'clock every night"? You're not going to say that, are you? But they're buzzwords. They're PR words. Then when you've got David Ornstein, this really wound me up the other day. And there was Football.London on the Arsenal side of things is worse than the Sun newspaper. I swear to God, their journalists are fucking idiots. Right? They'd only go for the press pass. And the perks. Right? Well, David Ornstein sat on Sky the other day and said, and this was over Ramsdale, I don't like the way that Arsenal fans are turning on Ramsdale before he's even signed. Well, I don't like you sitting there chatting shit, David Ornstein, but still do it. Then he went on and said, He's 23 years old. He's an England international. No, he ain't. He's not played a game, mate. Right? Yeah. Number two, he then went on and said, where was Alisson and where was Edison when they were 23? Well, Alisson, my friend, had played 14 times for Brazil and had 41% clean sheets. Yeah. Edison had just won a double. Yeah. Played in the cup final that won 6-2 and got man of the match. Yeah. He played, I think, 15 games for his team that season. Yeah, as the league goalkeeper, because the other goalkeeper got injured and he won a double. The following season, he won a treble. Yeah. So why are you pumping that out to 1 million followers? Why are you pumping that out on Sky Sports News? And why are you pumping that out on Football Daily? Yeah. Because now what's happened is every time you put out something about Ramsdale, you get that comparison come up. Well, where was Edison and where? I'm sorry, mate. 2-second Google search and you will find out where they are. Stop listening to these people. And this is what it does.
Right.
Yeah. David Ornstein couldn't care less about Arsenal. Yeah. All he wants is that exclusive with Josh Kroenke every summer. Yeah.
Click. That's all he matters
that's
about.
All he cares about.
Mate.
Charles Watts. Yeah. I posted it out on my Twitter the other day. Charles Watts sat there and he's sitting there.
We
like
get
this.
those moments as Chelsea supporters. We get those moments as supporters anyway, don't we, Eunice? Because they're really quite. After a home game, all of our players stop, don't they? They come out of the stadium.
Yeah, mate, I've been there. I've seen Eden Hazard stop outside. Your ground's weird, by
they all do, mate. Chalabar, right? Couldn't even. It took him about 20 minutes, mate, to get from.
Mate, do you remember when we was there and Claude had a funny turn? Do you remember? And fucking Fabregas walked straight past us and put the key in the door opposite.
Yes,
like, that's Fabregas.
Loads of Shevchenko as well when it was walking by. You know. Roman does, didn't he? Roman just walked.
Roman walked out once. Yeah.
Jeez, I used to like that Roman Abramovich used to go in the boozers around there, man. That's fucking sick. Can you imagine?
That's brilliant. That is brilliant.
And listen, we're going to have to wrap
Matthew
this up.
Harding, look at our history with Matthew.
R.I.P. to him, man. And we're going to have to wrap this up, lads, because we've gone for way too long. And we started late. It was my fault because I forgot milk and bread. And the supermarkets around there on a Sunday shut. Yeah, so yeah, it was all off. But give me a score prediction, Tom.
España.
Mate, I'm not going to the heart anymore, bro. It's all about the head. That sounds really wrong, actually, doesn't it? But anyway, I'm going for 2-2, mate.
Whatever floats your boat, Tom. Do you know what I mean? Like, listen, we're in 2021, mate. Do you know what I mean? Feel free.
But listen, Lee, before we close it all off completely, one thing... Jesus Christ. One thing we'd like to say, mate, is that... mate, honestly, I always drop myself in it. But anyway, I'm frustrated by the way that Arsenal are playing, and I believe the way that we can tackle Chelsea, if we can, if it's a mission impossible, we need to start 3 at the back and use wing backs. And that is the only way I can see it happening. Otherwise, if we did a 4-3-3, it's not going to happen. It's not going to work. They'll over-progress us. And you've only got to look at when Arteta's most successful times were, and more importantly, when Aubameyang's most successful times were. It was when we played with a 3 at the back, beating people like Man City, Chelsea in the FA Cup, smashing it, doing well. And we need to go back to that. I'd even go as far as saying, guys, put Niles at right back, put Tavares at left wing back, and put Tierney in a left centre-back position with Ben White and also Mari. But then you can also go to the 4-3-3 with Xhaka coming back in. So much can happen, guys. But I'm going 2-2, head.
Listen, you've got to stop talking about head on this channel, like, because there's a cancel culture out there, bro. Like, do you know what I mean?
I'm going for that, man. I'm going for that. Anyway,
I bet
you guys.
Eunice, what about you, man?
I'm going 2-0 Chelsea. Nothing too drastic, not a battering, but a comfortable win. I think we will score that first goal. Might not be too early, but I think after that we'll nick one more. I suspect Lukaku will score. That's what I'm looking at. And then take the 3 points and see you later, Arsenal. So 2-0.
Tone?
I'm going for a Chelsea win, and I'm going to go for... It's either going to be 2 or 3-0. And I know that sounds a little bit whatever. I just feel that you're overdue one. You just are overdue. It can't keep on happening, can it?
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
surely
we've
not.
been in this position so many times where you are expecting the worst and you play incredibly well. In fact, we probably saved Arteta from the sack last time. You know, it's true though, wasn't it? He was hanging on, wasn't he? And then all of a sudden, we decided not to show up. I mean, maybe that was the plan.
United. We beat United, and everyone wanted to give El Nini a new contract for doing his job in stoppage time.
Yes.
Like, now El Nini's like, you know, nobody wants him here. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. Yeah, this is why I just go. Anything our fans do in mass, I go the opposite way. Yeah, because it's like you lot ain't. I'm
gonna go. I'll go the same with Eunice. I'll go for 0-2. 2-0
okay,
Chelsea.
I'm going to go 4-0 Chelsea. I think you're going to hammer us. Mate.
Wow.
Yeah, genuinely. I think that Thomas Tuchel's got you rocking. I see the way you played against Palace, albeit Palace are not amazing. Yeah. But neither are we. Yeah, let's not forget Steve Bruce's Newcastle finished 4 points behind us last season. And they were in relegation zone for quite a while. So let's not forget that. We got absolutely torn a new one by Brentford. And if they had a better set of players in the attacking wing positions, they probably would have beaten us 5-0.
Or even Leno saved you guys on a couple of occasions. So
this is the thing. We had one. Yeah. I think we had one. No, we didn't. We didn't even create a big chance in that game. Not a single big chance created against Brentford. Yeah, no disrespect to Brentford. Yeah, but 74 years you have not been in the top flight. I would expect our under 18s to batter them. Yeah, but no. That's not the case anymore, unfortunately. It's gone down the route now where it's just you have to blindly back anything, and if you don't, you're a fake fan. I don't back mediocrity, yeah? And you know what? If it means he gets sacked after 4-0 tomorrow, then happy days, isn't it?
I think one factor tomorrow that I think differentiates from last season, because last season you done a double over us, but this season, especially after the Brentford game, I don't know what it's like amongst your match-going fans, but I think it's going to be hostile. Especially if you concede that first goal. Now, I don't know. I don't know if Arsenal fans showing up to the ground tomorrow, come on, back the boys, back the boys.
I'm not sure, man.
But I don't think that will be the case.
When we played you in that friendly game a couple of weeks ago, Ben White made his debut. Obviously, that was obviously his first ever game for us, not his Premier League game, obviously. But he got less of a reception than Granit Xhaka when he came on. Yeah.
Wow.
But maybe that was because it's a different audience and it was just they have never been to a game before, or they've only been once, or they can't get tickets for Premier League games, so they went to that one. I don't know. But one thing I do know is when I've been to games home and away, Kenny said this to me the other day and on the podcast yesterday, like the away fans are the hardcore of your fan base. Yeah, because they literally fly everywhere. Tone, you know this. You've been all around the world watching Chelsea, mate. Yeah, and you see the same faces. Yeah. You see the same face. You talk to them. You sit on the coach.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. You know that they're the hardcore, and when they've had enough, they've had enough. Yeah, our away fans will get this manager sacked. Maybe not so much our home fans, but what we need. We've got West Brom on Wednesday. We've got Man City Saturday early kickoff. So that's a reserve team being played. Yeah, West Brom slapped Sheffield United 4-0.
That ain't an easy game, West Brom, mate.
No,
cold, away, wet night. West Brom.
Cold, windy, wet in the Midlands.
Yeah.
We've just been battered by Chelsea, doom and gloom. We're driving up to the Midlands. They'll probably fly, the Ponces. They'll probably fly. Yeah, and then we've got Man City on the early kickoff on Saturday. So, I don't know, man. I just think that by that international break, he could be getting potted. Yeah, and if it means that we lost all 3 of them games and he gets sacked, then cool. Yeah, whatever. Because I've already written this season off. Yeah, all the time this manager's here, we're fucked. Yeah, and people can bang on about the owner all they like. We have spent more money than any other football club. You cannot even go to that ground tomorrow. Yeah, and this is the stupidness, yeah? You're going to go to the ground tomorrow with your ticket in your pocket, with your brand new shirt on with Saka number 7 on the back, and you're going to say, I hate you, Stan, but then you're going to put your season ticket that you've paid £1,000 for into the turnstile and say, can I have one of them, please? Yeah, £6.50. Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's so backwards, it is unbelievable. But unfortunately, this is exactly to the T what this football club wanted to do in 2002 when Peter Illwood was alive, when they wanted to move us to this stadium. They wanted to sell us out to get a global fan base that will just latch on to everything. Yeah. And that's what they do. But it's not just the global fans. Yeah. Because a lot of the people that watch this ain't living in England, and they speak more sense than the ones that go to games. Yeah. It's now the impressionable ones. And Tom's comment earlier about people used to grow up thinking, right, I want to. Arsenal are winners. Arsenal. I've seen us win 5 league titles. I've seen Bergkamp and Henry, mate. Yeah. Whatever happens from here on in, mate, we're never going to see that again. I'll probably never see us win a title again. Yeah, I've seen us win 9 FA Cups. Yeah, I've been live in 4 of them, like at the ground. Yeah. I've seen this. I was at the fucking Michael Owen fucking final as well. Like, I cried all the way back, man. Like literally, like fucking cried all the way back. But listen, lads, it's been a pleasure, man. Matisse has texted me. I'm gonna have to bounce in a minute. But listen, Tom, we'll be back again on Saturday. I know you're going to be at the game, but Tom's going to jump on the.
Lee, can I just say something? Can you tell them to put it back 30 or 40 minutes then, that Matisse?
I can't.
That's probably best, isn't it?
No, can you not? Well, it might be best for you. I've got to edit a vlog.
Fair enough.
And fancy sitting out here in my car like for another hour.
And it's 10 to 9 at night. It's 10 to 9 at night, mate, and I've still got to do that and then edit a vlog, like, which needs to drop tonight. So I don't know.
Well, listen, lads, it's been really good to like obviously jump on and meet yourself, Tony, and Young'uns as well, mate. It's been good too. Cheers, yeah, honestly, I've enjoyed it. I really have.
Yeah, man. We'll have to
have us on every week.
We're meant to be rivals.
Have us on every week, and we'll cheer you up.
Yeah, no, mate. Listen, like, I'll tell you one thing.
You're cheering me up so well right now.
Put us on a weekly basis. We could have our own slot, and we'll cheer you up.
Somebody put a great comment in saying it's nice to see 2 rival clubs
fans
actually have
we share a
conversation rather than screaming and shouting at each other.
We both hate Tottenham.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, so it should be. Right, listen, I am going to have to go, but Tom,
because we're not 10 years old, and we know that we share a mutual.
I swear, this guy don't shut up. I used to have to work with this guy every single day of the week. Yeah, he drove me nuts about Chelsea when Abramovich first took over. I swear, stop talking.
I bet he did.
Well, listen, lads. Tomorrow, guys, whoever's watching tomorrow, I'm going to be at the game. I'm going to be having fun with my little lad, okay? So I can't be too careful.
You'll be at the game. You won't be having fun.
I won't be having fun. You're right, mate. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to dip in and out of Lee's channel. So you'll see me at the match outside the Emirates, guys. You might see me on the train or something, having some food, whatever.
Yeah, don't call it. Don't come on from inside the ground, because that club probably can't stand me, mate, and they'll literally do me for copyright. You're not allowed to film inside the ground.
Yeah, no, that's fine, man. We'll do it outside the ground, mate. We'll have some fun. And guys, I'm going to still do my my fan cam at the end of the day. A little boy by me. Hopefully, you won't be wearing a Chelsea shirt from Tony or Young'uns or anything like that. So I'll be happy. I'll be happy, and I hope we bloody win.
No chance. Eunice, what you got coming up, man? Are you doing watch along tomorrow? Yeah.
Yeah, so watch along for tomorrow's game, match review after that, and then after that for us it's Liverpool, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, got to look to that fixture, but constantly just putting up the Chelsea videos, and if there's any big news in the football world, I'll address that as well. But the focus for tomorrow is Arsenal. So yeah, watch along and review.
Mate, it's mad.
Yeah, our start is insanely. If we get through these 6 games, right, and we've undefeated or whatever.
Oh yeah,
mate, title's ours, isn't it? Because this start is incredible. You know that. We got you away, Spurs away, Man City.
Let's not write off Man City. Yeah, let's not write off Man City just too soon.
Liverpool away,
right? Or Liverpool.
You seen our start,
mate? You can have a good start. It's over 38 games. Yeah, like those who bolt early, mate. Like I know you get a second go quicker and all that, but seriously, mate,
looking all right.
You know what I mean? You don't want to come too early, mate. But listen, Eunice, you call for a fan cam at some point tomorrow, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I know you've obviously got to do your stuff. We'll keep in contact anyway. But because obviously Tom's at the game, so I'm gonna have to do all the fan cams. So it's like I'm gonna have to do everything. So mate, I'm literally this weekend has just been a mad one for me. I've not stopped, but no, I appreciate you coming on, man. Go and subscribe to Eunice's channel. Link is in the title. Click on it. Subscribe straight away. He's nearly on 100K, man. Get him up there. And Tony, you're going to be at the game tomorrow, obviously. Feel free to jump on for a fan cam. Yeah, it might be a little bit later, or jump in with Kenny Ken. Jump in on his one as well. I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you, Lee, if drop me a couple of fan cams, mate. I might be able to do a couple from the train or something on the way back home. If you guys don't mind surroundings, I can help you out, mate, We can do a little train one, whatever.
We'll meet up with Kenny and Tone anyway. We'll sort this afterwards anyway. Listen, I've got to go, man, because I'm literally like 7 minutes. I need a cigarette. I need a slash. Tone, plug your stuff, man. Plug your stuff. What you got coming up, Tone? He's froze. He's gone. Look, he's not. He's
lost connection.
Tony's a lad. I like Tony.
He's not moved for 40 minutes. Listen, this has been emotional, man, and we've done 40 minutes or half an hour, 40 minutes more than I wanted to do. But it's been so good, man. I could talk to you guys forever, but we'll have to do another show. Maybe we could pattern something during international break when we've got a little bit more time and stuff. Maybe earlier as well. So. Thanks for coming on, lads. Appreciate it. Big up to everyone in the chat. Smash the likes. Subscribe to everyone who's got a channel. Tony, me, Eunice. My vlog channel is pinned to the top of the comments. The vlog will be out probably about 1 a.m. at this point. And yeah, we're out of here. I'm saying 4-0. It's going to be tragic. Laters. I'll